Welcome everybody to another Cobra Kai video analysis. Recently, in the Writers Guild directory, it was leaked which writer would write each episode of Season 6 of Cobra Kai. However, in these leaks, we noticed that episode 12 is not listed. The basic answer to that is that it isn't finished, which is strange because there was a Cobra Kai rap party and many of the teenage actors have stated that they were done filming.
Shola was actually telling us that you're about to wrap on the show.
Oh, I am. Tomorrow is my last day.
That's so weird.
This is true, and they also did wrap up filming in Atlanta. However, Cobra Kai usually films scenes at other locations at the end of production of a season, mostly pickup shots and wide shots of Los Angeles, while in other seasons they went to different locations, most notably Okinawa in Season 3 and Puerto Rico in Season 5. This begs the question though, if the teenage actors are telling the truth and they are done filming entirely, then what could episode 12 be? I thought long and hard about this, but then I realized there was an extra who said that they would be in episodes 9, 10, and 11 of Cobra Kai Season 6. Judging by this, and if we can roadmap that Part 2 will be the Sekai Takai, then the extra is most likely either an audience member or maybe a karate student in the background. Episodes 9 and 10 will be the final rounds of the tournament, with episode 11 being where our main cast leaves to go back home to the valley. So what would this huge gap entail, and why is it not finished filming? Well, I did some more digging and I noticed something. This is C.S. Lee, and he was casted to play Sensei Kim Sun-young, the sensei that trained Captain Turner before the Korean War, who then went on to train Kreese and Terry, and then trained Kreese and Terry personally. For some weird reason, people have actually thought that Kim Sun-young is still alive and will be played by C.S. Lee for the entire season, or at least the early part of the season. This doesn't make a lot of sense, as Kim Sun-young would be probably well into his 90s, maybe even over 100 years old. C.S. Lee was also born in 1971, and no matter how much makeup you use on him, he is not going to look that old. The better conclusion we can gain from this is that episode 12 will be a flashback episode, particularly revolving around Kim Sun-young training soldiers for the Korean War. It can also show us why Sato has such a disdain for him. But I don't think it'll end just there. I think this is opening the door for so many other flashbacks, particularly with John Kreese and Terry Silver. I feel like the big cliffhanger of episode 10 and part 2 of season 6 will be Terry Silver coming out of prison. The end of episode 11 will probably show Terry entering back into the valley with big plans about how he's going to get back at Daniel, Johnny, Chosen, Mike Barnes, and John Kreese. With all of this will lead us into this huge flashback episode. There's also another quite outlandish theory that I have, but just bear with me on this. This is another opportunity for Hector Salazar to return to season 6, and maybe we can also throw in another flashback with him and Carmen in Ecuador. We can also see why Hector is considered a very bad man. Maybe Hector's empire is a drug empire that spanned well before his time, and Terry used to be a huge customer of theirs.
Hey, I like that! Oh, I like that, Johnny! I'm gonna use that!
Now, I know a lot of fans don't think Hector Salazar will return, because in Season 5, Miguel's whole story with him was just showing him that he doesn't need his biological father when he has Johnny. However, there's multiple clues in Season 5 that Hector is actually coming back. Most notably, Miguel left his backpack at his home. There's also the fact that Hector is a huge fan of the fighting scene and probably is very aware of the Sekai Takai.
I won a championship back home.
A champion in California? Wow. I'm surprised. I never heard of you.
If Miguel were to win, or the dojo were to win, he probably can put 2 and 2 together and figure out that Miguel is actually his biological son. I don't think all these flashbacks will happen, but I do suspect that this episode is going to be a full-on flashback episode. Many fans might be hesitant or disappointed if this were the case, because we did have a pretty bad side episode with the lost sister in Stranger Things. I did make a whole video on why I actually think that episode was not horrible, but because the previous episode left on a cliffhanger, it felt really out of place. For Cobra Kai, episode 11 doesn't feel like it will have a big cliffhanger, except for maybe some stuff Terry says or does, but it will flow nicely into the following episode. By the end of the episode, we might reach the present day, and and we the audience will figure out just what kind of danger the main cast will be in, judging by all these flashbacks. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait until 2025 to figure out what's going to happen, but that's all I got for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's me, Michael. Bye-bye.